Welcome back to the Napa Valley Tournament Expert Division qualifying round, hole number 8. Here we're going to be playing a Grizzly rough bump to the massive funnel. This approach shot has been great safe on both sides, dropping with great left, great right, even a double great left. Still got the drop here, so very, very good funnel, and we're hitting it very nicely. So you can use a Kingmaker or a King Slayer. You can play this shot with APOC 4 plus. However, if you're playing it with an APOC 4, you're going to have to push up. And APOC 5 plus does not. So at P3 max extension, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have the red ring touching the right rough. APOC 7 is 2/3 of the blue ring in the right rough, and then APOC 8 is 1/3 of the blue ring in the right rough, all at P3 max extension. APOC 4, you're going to have the red ring just clipping into the rough, and then you'll need to push up 1.5 rings after you adjust. 1 backspin, 3 right spin, P3 10 max, full right curl, full overpower, full controlled OP. 390 has been the average drive here, but anywhere in that general range, you'd be good. 387, 391. We got a couple of different checks for the different rollouts. For the approach shot, the adjustment is P2 numbers minus it's 0 elevation. P2 0 elevation at slider, right? You're going to add spin as you need, because what we're going to do is we're going to set up in a specific location using our red ring and bullseye as a reference, and then we're going to add spin until we get the ball guide looking like we want it. So that way we're always landing in the same place. Spins will vary, but this is what makes this shot great safe on both sides. So we have 2 checks that you can do here. Well, 1 check and then you'll be in plus yards. So the starting position is as follows, just like you see here. So we're going to have the bullseye in line with the 3rd dark row below the hole, right? My line is a little bit off, but the center of the bullseye, right, runs right up the center of that 3rd dark row. And then you have the red ring touching the fairway fringe line. That's your starting position, right? Bullseye centered on this 3rd dark row, and then red ring touching the fairway fringe line. Set there, and then once you set your position there, you're going to turn so you can see what you're doing, and then add a spin so that the tip of the ball guide is just past or just even with the cup, and then the left side of the ball guide will be touching the right edge of the cup. Now, if you were paying attention, you can get to this spot with a little bit less backspin, but you want to go to the higher backspin so that you're not landing as high up on the hill, and that's what gives us our cushion. So if you just add backspin until you see it get there and you don't pass that up and add a little bit more, you may not get the same result, right? If you notice, I am over 5 bars, about 5.5 backspin in the end, and about 0.7 right spin is what I end up here. Your backspin should be fairly close to the same every time, between 5 and 5.5. The side spin is going to vary depending on the drive. It varies a little bit more. The backspin, obviously, it varies a little bit as well, but you should be in that range. We're also doing, so we're in plus yards here. I don't have a picture of it, but if you're not in plus yards, we're doing a top of the white ring pin check. All right. So you'll have the top of your white ring touching the flagstick, and those plus yards equal slider values as follows. Plus 0 is 63, 1 is 64, plus 2 is 66, 3 is 67, 4 is 69, plus 5 is 70, 6 is 72, 7 is 73, plus 8 is 75, and plus 9 will give you 77 slider. That's Grizzly 9. All right. If you're playing this with a Grizzly 8, then you're going to minus 3 plus yards from whatever your check is. All right. So if you're at the +1, then you need to play -2 Grizzly 9 chart, right? Or if you're at the +4 with the top of your white ring, then you need to play the +1 slider percentages that I just gave you. And you need to also use Grizzly 9 numbers in your app. It's important because we need the Grizzly 9 numbers to give us the proper adjustment. So if you don't have the Grizzly 9, Grizzly 8 is 3 yards shorter than the Grizzly 9. So your +3 is the same as my +0. Besides that, P2, no elevation, spin as needed, red ring touching, bullseye in line with that third dark row. And as far as I'm concerned, just try to pull it as straight as you can and do your best to not hit too bad of a grate. And you ought to be walking away from hole 8 with the par 4 eagle. Very, very, very large funnel. And we took a little bit of time and we dialed it in so that we're hitting the center of it very nicely. And that makes this shot great safe on both sides. So, and it has been tested. Great. I hit double great left dropped, single great left drop, perfects have all dropped, and I just dropped a great right after the final tweak. And so, no need to risk sending it through the jungle. Just pop it around the corner, grab yourself an easy eagle, and we'll see you on hole number 9.